handling the ball with head up, sees everything. Nice dime.
Agree. 13 points and 8 assists for Austin in the loss. You speak with Mike in the media.
Austin, first is the obvious, AD goes out when you're up 20-17. Is there a mental part of him not being there that kind of accumulates during the game as well, or is that separate from what you have to do to find a way to win?
No, regardless of, who's playing, we got to find a way to be better. Obviously it sucks when, one of your best players is not available, but got to find a way to be better.
What obviously part of the game plan is, Maxey, he's fast, he's going to get to certain spots. What in the defensive shell wasn't there kind of behind when he was getting to the rim and kind of repeatedly getting over to that right side?
I think there was a lot. We weren't guarding it with 5 guys. We were kind of leaving guys on islands, and low man wasn't there. But can't really pinpoint one. I think it was way more than one.
When a team's fatigued physically and mentally and the mistakes start happening, what does it sort of feel like out there when it just seems like everything's going wrong?
I mean, it sucks. You can't feel like you can't get a good break, and every time you mess up, it feels like the other team executes on your turnover, on your missed box out, whatever it is that you don't execute. I feel like the other team takes advantage of that, and it's bad, but we got to be better.
Part of the challenge of 82 games is taking a disappointing loss and being able to bounce back from it. What do you think you guys need to do in Washington and New York to just get back right?
Go win both games. That's always the main goal. Every time we step on the court is to win, and that doesn't change just because we had a bad loss here. Go win. Oh, perfect. No more questions.
Thanks, AR.
Thank you.
Time now for a little Access 360. B, what do you break it down here tonight?
I'm going to break down.
Get to the wall, B.
Mr. Max. Mr. Max. I mean, the way this young man played tonight, Tyrese, you can see why he has such a great game. And I think Austin said it best just a second ago. You cannot play great players in this league with just one guy. He got to see multiple guys. Right here, this is a mismatch with AD out here on this guy, and he's just really just measuring. They're coming to set a small pick and roll to see if they can get the switch, but AD tried to use his length. He just rises up, knocks down the 3. This one right here, again, guy catches it with a full head of steam, even though he traveled. Right now, LeBron has to get all the way over there. He has to make sure this guy sees his chest. And again, that's what we're talking about with Austin, talking about you can't play him with one guy. He splits it, and he gets an and one. Make him pass the ball to the other guy, and then we try to do our rotations that way. Another little pick and roll here. This seemed to be a little bit of lack of communication because, again, we should have both these guys. I think that's Dalton. He should be up level of the screen, right, so he can switch it. But he doesn't get up, and what happens? Tyrese splits it, shoots that little floater, which he has gotten so good at. And this one is a real good one because, again, you see another illustration of his speed. He's using that speed that he has to keep you off balance. That hard dribble to the left gets Austin to back up. And what did he just do? He just created that space, and he's shooting it right in rhythm, even though that's really good defense because it's a good challenge. But you got a guy who's hot as can be, knocking down shots. When he gets it going like that, there's almost no stopping. And you almost have to start bringing guys at him to try to get the ball out of his hands.
It's, first of all, great breakdown. It is so hard to stop a guy like that.
Especially when he gets going.
Especially when he's cooking. And listen, James, the Lakers have done a really good job against some of the great guards in this league lately. But tonight, you're also missing Gabe, you're missing Vando, some guys that can really help on the perimeter. And there was no stopping him.
Well, he was determined. I mean, he knows he's without 2 major players. So obviously he was ready to lead. With the ball in his hands, he's a nightmare getter because as Byron just showed, the way he can separate, space and get his shot off. We know what he's like when he's doing this. I love those little floaters right there on the run. Not too many people can do that on the run. And I think he's just a phenomenal player, waiting to get a healthy team around him, a dynamic superstar. He led them tonight.
They can't fall too far behind, though, this Sixer team, right? I mean, they've won 3 in a row, so they're now, 9-10 games under 500, but they just can't seem to have any kind of continuity, and I'm not sure what's going on with Embiid. He's in and out of the lineup, and Paul George, but you just got to feel if they can ever get right and get some time together and they sneak in, that's a dangerous team.
Very dangerous. You know, if you get those two guys back,
I mean, they're an
and
8th
healthy,
seed.
the 8th seed against 1 seed, they're going to be very dangerous to beat. And then you have to get those other two guys, Paul George and Habib, they have to get acclimated to the way they're playing and the style they're playing right now. Right now, the star of that team is Tyrese Maxwell. He is by far their best player, you know, so you're going to have to ride his coattail. But if you get those other two guys back and they all buy into what they need to do as a team at an 8 spot, they could be very, very dangerous.
Because they do have to learn how to play together, right? Big game. I mean, you guys had stars on your team, and you got to realize who's the main guy, who's the guy that's, you know, I mean, everyone's got their roles.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has a
right
role.
now, Tyrese is the star.
There you go.
Once you develop that role, and I think because they haven't been together that long, you know, I think they're getting their roles. You know, with George and Embiid in there, they're you know, those role players are going to be, you know, important. So, yeah, they're getting there. And if they continue to play unselfish, play hard the way they played against us tonight, they'll be good.
Yeah, more to come on Access after the break. We'll hear from Dalton Knecht, who had a good game, 24 points.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is
For the game, Dalton Knecht was selected for the Rising Stars All-Star Game. So that's kind of cool during All-Star Weekend. He's Mike in the media. Congrats.
Dalton, both JJ and LeBron were talking about the 3 games and 4 nights of back-to-back. Clearly a difficult circumstance, but not wanting to use that as an excuse. When you're having fatigue like that as a team, what are the things you try to do to break through it?
Just try to pick up the energy on the bench. You know, I think, especially on away games, we won't have that crowd. But, you know, Laker fans travel, so, you know, it's good hearing them in the crowd. And also just has to start from the bench, bring that energy.
Yeah, what's the challenge without having AD there on the back line since he wasn't able to return tonight defensively for you guys?
Yeah, he's, you know, he protects the hoop. He is the best defender, you know, in the league. He's the best center. So, you know, having him out, especially early, hurt us early on.
You were able to find a rhythm both in the first half and the second half. Anything that you were seeing from the points you were getting your shots?
Nah, I was just shooting.
Well, you were named to the Rising Stars game. What does that mean to you, and how do you judge up to this point in your rookie season?
It means a lot. You know, it's a good accomplishment, but, you know, at the same time, it's just a Rising Star game. I'm more focused on the season than anything.
You've gone from reserve role, starter, result. There's been many ebbs and flows to your season. Just how would you characterize, I guess, how you've pushed through and how you're trying to figure out your own game as a rookie for a team with real aspirations too?
Yeah, just try to, you know, be the best version of myself on the court, being out there, spacing out the floor, shooting the ball, rebounding, and, you know, just like that. And then just trying to learn off my vets, really. That's about it.
JJ was talking about the importance of the shell and just kind of making sure you guys are in the right spots on the weak side with a guy like Max Edens, and it wasn't always there tonight. What are the things within that shell that you guys have to be sharper on?
Just making sure we're there to help the next guy, especially Maxi's one of the quickest guards in the league, and, you know, he can shoot it from deep, so we got to press up, and then, you know, he's going to use his speed to get around us, so we just got to make sure we have each other's back out on the floor.
Thanks, TK.
All right.
All right, big game. Let's talk a little Dalton Knecht. Listen, you're through 45 games, and you've seen it all with Dalton Knecht. Kind of the rise, the you know, going through some challenging times where you're not hitting threes. But one thing that has never wavered is his confidence and his competitiveness. And he's starting to get it going again. And it's been really nice to see over his last couple weeks.
Nothing like a mature rookie. 23 years old, came in the league with a lot of promise. I think he hit that rookie wall around December. You get, 32, 33 games. But I think he's gotten through that. And it's great that he's getting some playing time, Gita, as a rookie, and he's starting to be effective with the three. He can come in and give you, some quick offense really quickly. I think his defensive principles are starting to get better as a team defender. I mean, he's not going to be shutting anybody down, but at least he knows to stunt and get back and understand what the coaches are wanting on that end. Gives him more confidence to be on the floor.
Yeah, I think with any rookie, you're going to see this type of pattern. He's going to go ups and downs. He's going to have his good months, his bad months. I think with him right now, he's starting to see where the game is slowing down a little bit more, so he starts to understand the spots he should be on the defensive end especially. And I think offensively, like you said, Giddy, he hasn't never lost confidence in himself or in his shot, so that's a good thing. And tonight was one of those nights where he got it going. He was more aggressive on the offensive end, I think. But, again, the game is really slowing down for him, and you can tell that he's getting more confidence on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Dalton, in November, 46% from three-point range. December, 16% from three-point range. Much better in January. And he's going to give J.J. Redick a little bit of a dilemma here. Pretty solid wing rotation. It's been gradual. You pick up Dorian Finney-Smith a few weeks ago via trade. You get Jaron Vanderbilt back just a couple games ago after almost a year's absence. So it was a really thin position for the Lakers. Now J.J. Redick has to say, okay, Dalton Knecht's starting to hit again. J.J.'s already said he's one of the top 1% of the shooters in the NBA. You've got these other good choices too. So J.J.'s going to have to start really figuring out that rotation and how to use these four wings after really only having a couple just a few short weeks ago, Geet.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see all these guys healthy at one time and kind of see how that works out. Right? Be great. All right, more to come on Access. A look at rest of the week ahead. Lakers set for another matchup with the Wizards before a Saturday showdown with the Knicks at the Garden. Thursday on the road, taking on the Wizards. Game time's at 4. Pre-game is going to be at 3 right here on Spectrum Sports Net. Let's hear from Bronny James.
Bronny, that obviously you come in right after playing in the G League. Did you have an expectation that you might get the call for some additional minutes tonight, or did it just kind of come in the course of the game?
I mean, well, I knew beforehand that I was coming in and getting some minutes, but I didn't know before I got the call to come. It came out of nowhere, so I was just always trying to stay ready to play and always keep my mind right.
With several vets out tonight, that was a group that probably hadn't played together yet. What were the things that you were trying to do on both ends of the court, given that you hadn't had any time with that group?
Just bringing energy. That's what my coaches have been telling me. Just come in, play smart, play my game, and play for my teammates. That's all. Just trying to do the right thing as a rookie is my main priority. So just going out there and trying to play right.
LeBron described opening night as kind of like a moment for you, and tonight was like extensive minutes. Can you even compare like your readiness now, 40 games in or so, compared to back in October?
Absolutely not. I feel like I'm a lot more prepared now. Again, just coming out and staying ready after the G League stint and the season being, down the road a little bit more. Just staying ready and coming in and playing smart.
Maxey might be the quickest guard in the league, or it's certainly in the top couple. What's the challenge that he presents, and what did you see out there on the floor with him?
You said it. He's a fast guard, amazing touch, can shoot it. I was trying to stand my ground, just trying to play as hard as I can, bring as much energy as I can.
What are the things that you've been focusing on in the G League that you hope to carry over to this side?
I'd say just keeping my aggression up, just trying to be aggressive every game and come out and play the right way. I know I do. So just coming here and bringing all the energy I can and playing the right way.
How much more have you felt like yourself in the G League as you've gotten more reps, and obviously the performances have followed?
A lot more. You said it, just reps. I feel like it's the biggest thing for me. So just coming in and playing as much as I can is really good for me.
All right, Brez, break it down for us. Wizards have struggled.
Yeah, you got that right.
You can't take anything for granted, right, in this league?
This is not a good team. There's no doubt about it.
Possibly no AD.
Yeah, there are going to be sellers over the next 9 days till the trade deadline. Kuz might be on the way out. Valanciunas might be gone. Even Jordan Poole, who, he's had a decent year, actually. Worked out some of his erratic stuff. Lakers just beat this team by 23 last week. What do you do about AD? If he's not feeling well with that abdominal strain, you sit him, you try to get away with it, and then you focus on New York, a real team this weekend.
President, another big name came out today from Shams, possibly De'Aaron Fox.
Shocking, right?
Being traded. They said Spurs was his number one destination.
It's going to cost a lot of draft picks.
Yeah.
The Spurs have to send back like Devin Vassell, maybe Keldon Johnson to get up to De'Aaron makes about $35 million. Gifted point guard. San Antonio.
One time a year.
Just
coming up February 6th.
Very
good.
Yes, 9 days, whatever day that is. Next Thursday.
Thanks for watching. Lakers fall to who they played.